All right, what's going on, guys? It's your boy RZ, and I am here with a bit of a different video today because it was put out in the Discord a little while back about a Q&A, and it had been brought up in chat before, and I figured, why not? So without further ado, let's get into these. Let's see here. Fuck, marry, kill. Me, Harambe, and Stingray. Me being my buddy Ren, who submitted this question. Damn. When the boys put you on the spot and you don't know how to answer. So just a little backstory. Harambe, Ren, Stingray have been some of my closest friends in the gaming space for a very long time. And okay, so they're making me fuck one, marry one, kill one. Okay. Well, I have to marry Ren, kill Harambe, and then beat Stingray's cheeks because he got a dumpy on him. But anyways, if you gotta pick, you gotta pick. Go into the next one. What are some of the weirdest encounters you've had while doing YouTube and or live streaming in public lobbies? Ooh, weirdest ones coming to mind right now. I'd probably have to say there was one time I joined a lobby playing the MW2 beta, like right at the end of the MW2 beta. And this dude was legitimately preaching.
Oh, what a place hell is.
You fucking what?
Place never ending torment.
The entire time. Now, I'm not against someone spreading the gospel. It was so just random at like 3 in the morning. I didn't know what to think about it, which kind of sucks too, because I could have easily just been like, we don't like that stuff around here. Do you remember who your first subscriber was? Ooh, I don't remember my first subscriber, but I do remember my first viewers was this couple that I was friends with back in New Mexico. Absolutely wonderful people. They were in every live stream for the first like 2 or 3 months that I gave streaming a try back in like 2018 timeframe. They also brought me Thanksgiving food whenever I had my Achilles surgery and was stuck at home for Thanksgiving. If you guys are watching this, miss y'all. Hope you're doing good. What has been the most rewarding part of being a content creator so far? I'm trying to figure out a way to word this, because the most rewarding part is getting to interact with people. But I will say that the tippy top of all that is when people come in and are having the worst day possible, and they come in and they just brighten up a little bit. Or they tell me something like that they were going through a rough time and I helped them get through it. You know, I had that happen very recently and it was a pretty serious tone. And I am so thankful to be able to impact and help just by being me and my friends being my friends to get them through that point, just their goofy ass stuff that we do all the time. Next question. What made you want to start streaming? What got me started was in 2015, I had a terrible 2014, 2015. I was deployed, had a terrible depression come of it, a lot of stuff in the personal life. But what got me through was like Vanos Gaming, his video, his best of like 2014 came across my timeline and instantly I was hooked. It was just super goofy, funny, crude humor, over the top, just everything I could want. And it helped get me through a very rough time in my life. I wanted to give back to a community that gave to me. So fast forward a couple years later, I gave it a shot too. And now here we are literally 10 years after, well, almost 10 years. And I'm still here trying to make people laugh, trying to at least. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If you play Rainbow Six Siege, can we play? Interesting. I have only played like a couple of rounds of that game, and it is such a pixel peaking game that I don't have the capacity to play that game. It is rage inducing for me. I get my shit blown off every time. However, it may be something we do for a community night coming up. I may put some feelers out there, see who all has the game, who would be down to run some rounds and just goof off the whole time. I'd also have people tell me what's the best like trolly thing to do, because y'all know me, I like doing that. I mean, come on, I run the baton in Warzone, a sword. I run a sword in Warzone as well too. Let's see, the next one. Hey RZ, do you miss the old games? A little bit. I miss what gaming used to be. So rewind the clocks 10 years, people just gamed to have fun. Rewind it back further, no one really cared. Everyone was just goofing off, having fun. But the modern scope of gaming it's not the same. Everyone is trying to be so good at the game because they want that like recognition. Me, I'm just trying to laugh and have fun and goof off with my friends, you know? And it's kind of hard to do that in the modern scape. That's where there's like some friends of mine that I can only play with in short bursts, because the unfortunate part of skill-based matchmaking, when they are that damn good at the game, it brings the lobbies that higher up. Not fun. But yeah, I do miss old games. I miss how like movies, when movies came out, there was always a video game release that was with it. I mean, sometimes they were shitty, Sometimes they were fun. Remember there was a one on a PlayStation for the Grinch movie back in the day. It was honestly a really fun game. What's your favorite part of streaming? I believe I answered that earlier. It's getting to interact with people and hopefully put a smile on someone's face. I don't care how many viewers are in there. I don't care how many subs, how many followers I have. Doesn't matter to me. Did at least one person show up and have a good laugh? That's all that matters. If you had $1 million, what would you do? I mean, in this economy, $1 million ain't much anymore. Oh man, but okay, let's be serious. If I had $1 million, what would I do? I'd buy about a $250,000 house in hopefully a decent area, or an area that has access to fiber. Renovate one of the rooms to be a stream room. The other 3/4, I don't know how much it would cost, but I would go take my entire family on a vacation somewhere that we've never been as a family / individually. Set aside a good chunk for like savings. And then maybe I always thought about, so there's been 2 goals that I wanted to do in life. One of them is to open a gym that's an all-encompassing gym that has like free weight area, a cable area, a cardio area that are kind of isolated. Have an area that's built for like 55 plus individuals. Have like studio rooms where people can practice posing, host classes, have a daycare area with like a little play area with like a supplement store that's built in with like a smoothie bar and all that stuff. Like I want an all-encompassing gym that caters to CrossFitters, the bodybuilders, the strong men and women, the 9-to-5 workers. I think using a big chunk of that and levying some of that money, or leveraging some of that money to get other people to invest with you in this gym, I think that'd be great. Another thing would be building and owning like a gaming store, or like a gaming arena, I guess. Kind of like HyperX, but on a budget. Reach out to Red Dragon since they got more affordable stuff. But I think that's what I would do. If you could jump into a pool of anything, what would it be? Titties. Pool of boobies. I'd be pretty happy with that. If you could marry an inanimate object, what would it be and why? An inanimate object? I don't fucking know. I never thought about that before. A base set 1 first edition Shadowless Charizard that's graded a Beckett 10. And why? It's like a $250,000 card. Would you choose to know your future but forget your past? No. No, I like the surprise. I like not knowing what's going to happen next. It keeps you on edge. It keeps you thirsting for knowledge and keeps you trying to improve yourself. So no. And if you forget your past, everything that's led you to be who you are, you're not going to know why you are the way you are. So no. It's kind of philosophical. I like it. If you were to pick one movie to be your life, what would it be? One movie, like I'm living in that movie universe, I guess. Maybe like Girls Gone Wild, Spring Break. I don't know. That'd be a fun one. I mean, like some common answers, I feel like I'd be saying like a cop out of a set like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings. Although Lord of the Rings like has a high mortality rate, so probably not that one. Same with Batman. Yeah, probably Harry Potter. I feel like I have a better chance of living in that one than all the others. You know, like Transformers, a lot of people get unalived. So yeah, let's go with Harry Potter or Girls Gone Wild. What's your favorite moment with all the FD boys? It's hard to pick one moment because we've spent years playing with each other. And it went from being like a gaming acquaintances to like full on friendships. So it's kind of hard to pick just one, but I will say that during COVID was some of the funnest gaming I've ever had. Mind you, that's all we really had at the time. I mean, I was still active duty at the time, so I still had to work, but when I was off work, I was gaming with them. You know, that's just what we did. A lot of fun. One of my favorite moments, I don't know if it's like a favorite, but it's definitely like an iconic one, was playing Pico Park with the boys. I think I have like PTSD. Do you ever think about making a podcast and playing Among Us with people in the server? That is something I have. So I have like an Excel sheet with like ideas that I want to do with the community, and things I want to do for like the community nights that I host. And that is one of them. Well, the Among Us part. I would love to do an Among Us proximity chat lobby and just mess with each other. Now, as for a podcast, we used to do one years ago. Me and this group of people. Rest in peace, Team Parcel. Short-lived. We used to do a podcast. It was so fun. I think we got through like 5 or 6 episodes, and then it just kind of fell out. Yeah, it was kind of a hassle. However, would I be down to do another one with people? Oh yeah, especially with the people that I game with now. I think it'd be so fun. So yeah, Among Us, yes. Podcast, potentially. Next question would be, at your age now, what advice would you give your 16-year-old self? Quit being fucking stupid. No, I'd probably say apply yourself more. I was very fortunate in being taller, athletic. I felt like if I would have potentially trained harder, not just physically, but both mentally as well, I could have potentially achieved more. However, that all led me to this spot here today where I'm sitting. So probably wouldn't change too much, but definitely enjoy it. One thing that people don't realize is that when you're in high school, you're just in the moment. When you're in college, you're in the moment. And hey, you're living in the moment. That's amazing. But sometimes you got to stop and just, you know, drink it all in and take it all in. When you're that young, you just let it fly. And then before you know it, you're in your 30s. And then, you know, all the things that happen in your 30s. So it can be scary at times. But yeah, just take it all in. Enjoy it. Really give yourself that grace. Also get into content creation around like 2012. Let's see. Next question. I just got caught on PS4. You think I could join you one day? Absolutely. When I host my community nights. But yeah, you can definitely join me on my community nights. I host those on the weekends that I'm off work. It's usually a blast. Some nights are better than others, but it's all fun because I love giving back to the people that give to me. But I only like doing it whenever I'm at a good capacity mentally to do something like that, because I don't want you to be like, oh my God, I want to play with this guy. And then I play with you and then it's like, I'm feeling off that day. And then you're like, maybe he's just not as fun as what I thought he was, you know? And I don't want people to think that. What is the best thing that's happened to you in your streaming career? Okay, so I've already talked about some of the messages and comments and stuff that I've got where people were having a really rough time and my content kind of helped get them through that. I would say the best thing that has happened in my streaming career, having my parents' support. I know that's kind of strange. I'm 30 something and I'm saying that, but it's still the coolest feeling to know that sometimes my dad, my stepmom, even my mom has dropped into my streams and just hung out, chatted with a couple of people, chatted with me. My dad's called me, like one of my most famous clips is my dad calling me drunk from New Orleans. I'm very blessed. I'm very fortunate. All right, so that is the 2024 RZ Q&A. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out. And then maybe in a year and some change, we might do another one. So keep an ear out. But yeah. All right, bye. I'm not in these things. I don't. I just like fade away into darkness. So I just snap my fingers like Thanos and it just goes away.